Containerization on Linux One. It is all possible. Today we are going to use Docker, we are going to use Podman because it's the new replacement of Docker from Red Hat 8.0 if I'm correct. So let's start. I am already logged into the IBM LinuxONE Community Cloud. I already created a Linux server for myself. I got an IP address, so let's log in. I logged in with my secret SSH key. First we have to install Docker. We simply install Docker with the yum installer. After Docker is installed, we also have to start the daemon. And let's check if everything is running. Everything is running, so let's do some basics on Docker. A very easy image which we can get from Docker is the hello world. It's very small and it's just to test if Docker is really working. So first I pull the image from the Docker Hub. Docker Hub is a hub which collects all kind of Docker images for all kind of architectures. So like for mainframe, but also for Windows or for Linux, power, everything. So let's see what it can do for me. Let's run it. As you can see, we get a message back from Docker. Hello from Docker. This is a message show that your installation appears to be working correctly. This was a really easy Docker container. We can see that the Docker container is really running. Let's take it to the next level. As you can see, we are running Red Hat Enterprise Linux Server 7.8. And this is supporting Podman. So let's install Podman. I had a little bit of issues with that, so I am going to install an older version because there is a little slide of an error in the latest one. Maybe when you're watching this video you can install the latest one, but I have to install an older version. It's installed. We're here on Docker Hub. On Docker Hub you can get your images, like we did with Hello World. Also here we can see how many images there are available for only IBM Z, like the Linux One. More than 3,500 images are available. So let's try a couple of them. So let's start with Drupal. So let's use Podman to do that. Sudo Podman pull and then use the Drupal image. It is going to check a couple of registries. This image is pulled from Docker. It is pulled, it is in my images. You can see that with sudo podman images. You can see the Drupal image is on my system. To run this container, you have to run this command. So I see you thinking, where do you get that kind of information? You can check the Docker Hub. There's a lot of information with the images. So here you can see how to use this image. So how to use this image and how to run it. So here is all the information you need. So that is where I get my information from. Let's run this. Let's see if my container is running. You can see here my container is running for 9 seconds and it's active on port 80. So let's try it. We get my IP address, which I got from my LinuxONE Community Cloud, and let's go to port 80, which is the default port. It will show you the Drupal website. So that's just to show you that it's really running. Let's put it on English, save and continue. Just a standard website. It will install Drupal on the container on Linux One. When this is completed, we can put some basic information on it and save and continue. Welcome to my first Linux One Drupal Podman website. It is running, but let's do a little bit more. Last time we did nodered, so let's install nodered also. We see here nodered. You can see here what do I need to do to pull that image. I changed my command a little bit, my CLI command, and I change it in Podman. Again, it pull it from the Docker, not from the other ones. And now let's see on the Docker app how we can start it. So here you can see again a lot of information, and here you can see how you can run it. I got now 2 images running. It was running on port 1880. So here you got your node-red running. You can do all the stuff you like to do with node-red. Now we have my first Drupal website. We have node-red running. There's also a software available on GitHub. So we are going to clone a GitHub sample for now, and we're going to create our own container. First we have to clone the GitHub. So I found some really nice bulletin board on the GitHub. I'm going to clone it now to my LinuxONE. When I do a list, you can see that the software is cloned to my local machine. We are going into that directory. We are now in that directory. You can see the Docker file. Within the Docker file, everything is specified what to do to create the container. Of course, we are going to do that not with Docker, but with Podman. So let's put in this command and see if it's been created. So you can see all the steps he's taking to create the container. And it's finished. So let's check the overview of my containers. You can see here in my images there is now also a bulletin board. So we are going to run it now to see if we get it running on a LinuxONE. This is the command to run it. We ran it in the background, so let's check the overview of my containers. We have 3 containers running now. We have the bulletin board, we have node-red, and we have Drupal. And see here my bulletin board. You can see some events. We can put some events to it. LinuxONE, Docker and Podman explain. Put some extra LinuxONE, Docker and Podman explanation here. Containerizing on LinuxONE, it's easy. You can do it also. Go to the LinuxONE Community Cloud, create your own image and go play with Docker and with Podman. If you have any questions, put it in the comments and see you next time. Bye.